Lot 424's breeding was expected to generate a lot of interest when he stepped into the ring for the premier yearling sales at Karaka in 2008. By Epsom Derby winner High Chaparral from Triassic, the bidding was slow. But the auctioneer was certainly aware of the potential.
$100,000 he goes now, bidding for $100,000. I thought he was one of the picks of the High Chaparral. $100,000, what are we to do? 110.
There was a buyer who rated the yearling that would be named So You Think. He was purchased for $110,000 from Malaysian billionaire Dato Tan Chin Nam to be trained by Bart Cummings. 2 wins and a 5th in the Caulfield Guineas earned a place in the 2009 Cox Plate. There was some debate about whether he was worthy of running, until race day.
So You Think led by 2 lengths. He shook off Manhattan Rain, who begot to an El Segundo charging home, but it's all over. So You Think is going to go all the way. He's racing clear, and So You Think has bolted in the Cox Plate. Manhattan Rain ran second.
So You Think proved his credentials with victory in Australia's premier weight for age race at just his 5th start. The new star had one more race that year, a 2nd in the Emirates Stakes at Flemington. Race fans had to wait 9 months to see the budding champion back on the track. It was worth it. So You Think was virtually unbeatable in the 2010 spring, and it would lead to an Australian exit. He started with a win in the Memsie Stakes. Group 1 wins soon followed in the Underwood Stakes and the Yalumba Stakes, making him favourite for back-to-back Cox Plates. It was just his 10th race.
So You Think with a big lead around the turn, 3 in front from More Joyous Sipping. Who Begot You flashing home on the outside, but So You Think is 3 in front. Who Begot You ran to second from Zipping, but So You Think wins his second. So You Think first, a length and a half.
So You Think was the first horse to win the Cox Plate at ages 3 and 4. Winning the McKinnon Stakes was no problem for So You Think, even in the wet conditions. His first and only race over 3,200 metres in the Melbourne Cup a few days later produced a gallant 3rd. 5 Group 1s in 12 races had the buyers circling. It saddened Cummings when Coolmore Stud bought a majority interest for $25 million. So You Think departed for Ballydoyle Stables in Ireland as the Australian champion 3-year-old and the equal champion intermediate turf performer in the 2010 World Thoroughbred Rankings. So You Think quickly validated his price tag, winning 3 Group 1s from the first 5 starts. He emulated his sire in the 2011 Irish Champion Stakes.
Snow Fairy putting in a big late bid towards the outside, racing now towards the final furlong, and So You Think strongly pressed by the filly on the near side, Snow Fairy. They're going neck and neck inside the last 200. So You Think on the far side, calling on all his reserves. Snow Fairy on the near side. They're running up towards the finish, and So You Think will win the Champion Stakes and his 8th Group 1. Snow Fairy a gallant second.
So You Think's travels had just started with Ireland. Over the next few months, he was to race in the Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe, the Breeders' Cup in America, and the Dubai World Cup. There were no wins, but he produced strong performances in illustrious company. So You Think returned to his best when defending the Group 1 Tattersalls Gold Cup.
Heading down to the final furlong now, and So You Think in front by a couple of lengths to Famous Name as they race inside the final furlong. It's So You Think who's the leader, out in front of Famous Name and going to repeat his victory of last year in good style. So You Think storms home, a good 6-length winner for Joseph O'Brien. Second home favourite.
So You Think was just the 2nd horse to win back-to-back Gold Cups. There had been disappointment a year earlier when the Prince of Wales Stakes at Royal Ascot eluded So You Think. He made amends in what would be his final race in June 2012. His 23 starts produced 14 wins, 10 at Group 1 level in both hemispheres. The stakes exceeded $10 million. He had a Timeform rating of 133. So You Think proved popular at stud and in the sales ring. January 2015 saw his first New Zealand progeny appear at Karaka. The top lot made $420,000 for Windsor Park, the stud where it all began. It helped make So You Think the leading first-season sire by average. The final word on this champion horse should be left to the late Cups King Bart Cummings. Perfection on 4 legs. You don't get any better than him. He is the finest, most genuine horse I have ever trained.